Oh, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Prabhuji. Happy Karthik.
Happy Katha.
Thank you.
I don't get to come on Sundays that much anymore.
Huh?
I don't get to come on Sundays that much anymore.
Oh, why?
I usually go to Fremont Hindu Temple.
Oh, Fremont in the temple. Something is going on.
Arjun has class right next, like a mile away from there.
Oh, that's
He's
what.
taking a 4-credit Hindi class.
I see.
So because he has that,
So you have to go there.
so I'm stuck. It's too far away to go back and forth.
Yeah, thank you.
So Anu brings the kids usually, and I go there.
But come sometimes.
Huh? So
Come
I'm here
sometimes.
today.
Is it on? Oh, okay.
I couldn't take Arjun, so I got to come here.
That's nice. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Huh?
Hare Krishna. Please be seated. Sure.
Hare Krishna, everybody. If any of you have parked their cars in the parking lot, in next 15 minutes it can get towed away. So please make sure that you move the car now. There's a car just standing here. It's a Toyota, Honda Civic. No, Honda Accord. And it's actually, I just saw somebody walking in and I can't recognize. So please make sure if you have a car in the parking lot, please move it in the next 15 minutes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. So let's get started with our warm-up Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jasodanandana Jana Ranjana Jasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Nandana Braja Janaranja Jamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Nithai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nithai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nithai Gaura Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much for joining tonight for this Bhagavad-gita discourse. And I would like to extend my warm welcome to all of you, both here in person, ISKCON of Silicon Valley, as well as online. We give a big Hari Bol to our online viewers also, those who are there. Is the Zoom also active, Prabhu, or no, today? In Zoom also, okay. We can give welcome to them, those who are in the Zoom also. Thank you very much. So we'll chant the auspicious invocation before beginning the class. So let's start the Mangalacharan. Put the Mangalacharan, please. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yenai Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaham Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadhitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Nitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhya Sasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langheti Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Ishvara Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Devam Harihi Om. You can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So can you put the Charanimai Prabhu, the presentation? So today we have an interesting topic to discuss. Even though it's Kartik, I decided to choose a different path. So what's the name? The war? I'm going to give you something. You want to fight? Yes. Are you ready? Yes, Prabhu? No? How many? Nobody interested? Okay. Let's go. Here you go. Give a big round of applause to Krishna Prabhu. Well, there are various levels of war. The war is happening within yourself also for making a decision. Like a person was saying me, oh, I have to buy a home. The war is going on means whether to invest, not to invest, whether to go there, whether to go this, whether this east direction, west direction, all these things. They're tussling in the mind. you are not resolved. So your war against yourself means information is coming to you, you are not making a deflection and you are not making a solid decision. That's called irresolute. So we are going to not discuss about how to win a war in a social level or political level or something, but we just wanted to get some insight from Bhagavad-gita, from the scriptures. Especially I am going to speak on the Bhagavad-gita today. I'm not going to touch that much of Srimad Bhagavatam. So again, my name is Balimardan Das, and this is my signature, colorful, not like a war, like a poet. Okay, so before we go, I need to give my gratitude to Vaishnava Prabhu. What he says, he always try to start with the meaning, right? Isn't it? So let's see what the meaning says. Do you have enough microphone? Prabhu? We should not fail that. Give one to Brinda Sevika. Okay. Yeah, now I got it. So can someone read, Prabhuji? Could you read the first one? What is this? It's not on, just a minute.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Meaning the war. It's a noun. It means a state of open, armed, often prolonged conflict carried on between nations, states, or parties.
Thank you. Second one, can you read, Prabhu?
The period of such conflict.
Okay, and third one, give it back.
Hare Krishna. The techniques and procedures of war, military science.
Okay. So technically it refers to military science. You can't say two brothers are fighting, could be they are fighting only, but you can't say a war. So it is either state to state, nations to nations, or party to party, political parties, or social parties, religious parties also, even there are some war happens, isn't it? So this is just giving a grounding ideas from the common dictionary point of view, what a war means. Now, if you see here, what do you see? Huh? Use the microphone. And we have enough.
List of different faiths.
Exactly, list of different faith in the world. That's the globe, right? Where we live. And maybe some of them we know, some of them we don't know, right? These are all the varieties of ism, like various Islam, Christianity, Jain, Buddhism, Hinduism. So it signifies, Hare Krishna also one of the, now as per the dictionary, is one of the ism. It's part of even Hinduism, but still it is considered as our tilak. You see our tilak here? That's also the denominations. And centered around various conflicts. So now if you see, have you heard about the war against different religion? Many. Not now, maybe hundreds and thousands of years ago. The war has happened and it is recorded. War based on religious faith. Second World War, just like you know about the Hitler, how crucifying or completely destabilizing the Jews' religion. So that is likely the whole original ideas of hatred. So there is many, I can give examples and it can go on. But many of the things you can see, it also points out against religion. Sometimes it is a founding, but as you are advancing, the religion becomes more an object, likely the fight of oil or the global fight. Our Guru Maharaj says that the time will come, we are at least now fighting for oil. In this current time zone, you might be knowing what's going on. Now the next fight will happen, fight for water. So we will have, about California drought situation and fire and many things. So we are likely, the water is becoming precious day by day. So who knows, maybe another 20 years, the whole climatic change and everything happens. There could be a fight between different counties, different California to Portland, Oregon and others for water. Something can happen. So nevertheless, let's see what, before going to the details, just I'm giving you the cause and effect of the war so that we know what happens. Who can tell what it is, what I'm meaning to say here? If any episode or story anyone knows, this is for one of the episodes. Naveen Krishna Prabhu, you want to say? Give the microphone back to Prabhuji. There is another Naveen Prabhuji. You are Naveen also? Yeah, it's on, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the Daksha insults Lord Shiva, and then there's a war which happens between Lord Shiva's party and Daksha, and finally he's killed, so he begs for his life, and then he gets the head of a goat. So that's the story of Daksha.
Very good. Thank you. Excellent. So this is coming from Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who do not know or who have not heard about or not read Srimad Bhagavatam, there is an episode. On the left side you see a king named called Daksha or Prajapati. Prajapati means progenitor, who is the founder of the human beings, who has the ability to expand humanity by the order of Brahma. So he is the chief amongst all the Prajapati, like Kasyap Muni and various Prajapatis who have expounded the populations. So he was setting up a big yajna, and everybody was invited. And because of his expert skills in Vedic hymns and mantras and all, and he gave his youngest daughter Sati to Lord Shiva, you know, right? But he didn't want to invite because he considered, Shiva has offended him. In the assembly, when there was another assembly, so when Daksha came, generally what happens, in a president or somebody comes in United Nations or an Indian Parliament, the President of India comes, and what happens? All member of Parliament gets up. They give a respect. It's general etiquette, isn't it? So when Prajapati Daksha came in, so everybody stood up except Lord Shiva. So he was looking everyone, but why this guy is sitting? I am such a big man is coming. But Lord Shiva is complete trance in the meditations of Lord Ram, his master, in his heart. So when he is in this mode of worshipping, that time, oh, Hare Bol, Jagannath Swami Prabhu, please give a warm welcome. Hare Krishna. Our ISKCON Berkeley Temple President, thanks for coming, joining. Please be seated. Can you get a garland for him? Sure. So, when he was about to do, his whole consciousness is gone, what he's speaking. When you are going to speak something, right? He was supposed to deliver his speech to the assembly. But you know what he gave? He forgot his original script, what he is supposed to deliver. And what did he say? He started chastising or criticizing Shiva. All his script is gone because he was completely agitated or in the mode of, influence of the three modes by his ego, false ego is hurt. Look at this, look at that, whatever you can go on. But after that, next when the yajna started, the main yajna, Vajpayee yajna, then Sati was not invited, but Sati thought that my father, father's home, what is that to invitations? I can go. But Lord Shiva asked her not to go because we are not invited. But she declined and she went there. And then, everything was a big mess. Sati was offended when somebody offends to her husband. Lord Shiva was offended, and Daksha saw Sati, but as if he didn't see her own daughter. She was thinking, why the heck you are coming here? I didn't invite you. Sati thought maybe my father is cruel. Other members, because they don't want to disturb Daksha, so they are also a little bit silent. So Sati felt offended, and then Sati trying to see, he wanted to offend Lord Shiva, who is real the friend of everyone. But nevertheless, he didn't listen. And Sati burnt herself into ashes. She completely took into meditation and left her body. By seeing this, the associates of Lord Shiva who came, will they be silent? There is a war, big war. They got trident, pursue, and many other different weapons they tried each other's. When Lord Shiva heard Sati was also killed, then he took a strand of his hair and throw, because he was also angry. His wife, his dear wife, she was very disturbed with such things. So what happened? There is a war between whom? The Brahmins and the Saivites. So it's likely those who are Brahmins means led by Vrigu and many other sages. They are creating demons from the yajna. And Lord Shiva's, their associates are also coming. So they're fighting, there is no end. It's going on who is going to, it's likely fighting between Bhima and Jarasandha. Nobody is winning unless Krishna intervened in the middle that how to kill Jarasandha. So at the same time, long story short, I don't want to go. I wanted to just emphasize the war. The war can happen by when people felt offended. No matter what. When people are completely in a mode of anxiety or they wanted to defend their self-interest, isn't it? The war happens by conflict of interest. So now, but the effect is no matter what you can say, oh, he's right, he's wrong, he's right, he's wrong. Doesn't matter. But the effect of the war, you see, what he got? He was such a handsome man. He got the head of a goat. Is it a good thing? The outcome? Is it a good thing? You like it? So you like to go for a war? That's why Lord Chaitanya said, Trinadepi sunichena torarapi sahisruna amanina manadina kirtanya sadahari. If you a little bit tolerate, and just Lord Shiva is nothing you don't need. You just say, Hare Krishna, how are you doing? Did you take prasadam or not? By saying this much, one sentence, Lord Shiva doesn't need that you need to give garland like you are giving to us. Big garland or big sandalwood pulp. Maybe Vishnu need that, but Lord Shiva really doesn't need. Just saying, he's Asutosh. But that guy is so much of, and his father-in-law, he's his own son-in-law, he's behaving crazy towards his own son-in-law, he's becoming, and the war happened between whom? Father-in-law and son-in-law. The war happened between whom? Father-in-law and son-in-law. So there are many. What is see? Is it a war? Okay, I think some Toyota car they need to take out Prius 963. So what is this? The war. Is it a war? What does the picture say about? Can anybody tell? Can you see the picture? Who is a brave Brinda Sevika? Use the microphone. Tell who, you don't know, you don't identify the creature? There are two creatures. Yes. Give the microphone back. It's very simple. Garuda and the snakes. Garuda is trying to eat the snake because that is the food. It's likely Kaliya. That's the fight. Is it war? Of course. Who can win? Of course, Garuda can win. But because of certain costs and limitations, there was likely a tie. But the war can happen. It is also cousin. Prabhuji said their father is Kashyap Muni. So there's a fight for whom? Fight for their land. This is my territory. Kaliya declared, this is my territory. Don't come for it. So this is a territorial fight. And let's read from one Bhagavad-gita 2.32. Those who are interested in the Devanagari, you can read, or those who are interested in English, you can see. Yadrachaya chapapannam Swargadwaram apabritam Sukhina kshatriya partha Lavante yuddham idrisham. So the translation says, so here you can find out a word called yuddham, right? What is the word? In the last line, Lavante yuddham idrisham. Yuddham means war. So translation, can someone read? Jagannath Swami Prabhu, you want to read the translation? Give the microphone to the front, Jagannath Swami Prabhu. To your front. Here. Read the translation. Can you see, Prabhu? Oh, you didn't get the glass. No problem. Give it to somebody else. You want to read? Yes.
O Partha, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planets.
So here Krishna is kind of giving a big bonus. He's saying that happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planets. So he's kind of this is the Bhagavad-gita second chapter. Krishna is giving founding principle. That means we can understand what will be his conclusion. When somebody says, praising a statement, when you know that which directions he is moving towards, isn't it? When Krishna and Arjuna is in the battlefield, middle of the battlefield, and Krishna is explaining about whether to go for a war or not to go for a war. So Arjuna is in complete dilemma. So when he is in dilemma, so he doesn't know what to be done. And what is the fight between? Fight between cousins, isn't it? Duryodhan and Yudhishthir, they are cousins. They are brothers in one way. Two brothers are fighting. Beforehand we saw father-in-law and son-in-law fighting. Now before that we are seeing here territorial fight. They are also cousins. So is there somebody else is fighting? Only the people who are fighting. Now if you see here, the war happened. Our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma. Whereas the strength of the Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. So, who has spoken this statement? Who? Duryodhan on the spot. Dhritarashtra is also saying, but it is Duryodhan who is speaking. It is at chapter 1, text 10. Duryodhan is saying, what he is thinking? Let me read again. Our strength is immeasurable, and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, whereas the strength of the Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. So when there is a war happens, what do? You need to boast yourself. No matter how small a country you are, how small, powerful country you are, or a bigger one, you need to boast yourself that I am greatest. And the opponent party, nothing in front of me, isn't it? Otherwise, how can you go to a war? If you think yourself low, can you go to the war? Can you go to the war? Impossible. Unless somebody thinks that I am the real beauty queen, can she go for Miss World, Miss Universe contest? No, right? She has to think herself that she is the beautiful lady. Then only she can go. Similarly, if somebody doesn't think, I am a warrior, there is no point of going to war because he is defeated before even entering into the war. And Duryodhan at the time, because he is saying that our strength is immeasurable. It is true. Just like nowadays, if you see in America and USA, you will find out they have 4,275 nuclear bomb and US maybe 3,000 nuclear bomb, which you can count, probably less than 10,000 each of them. But Duryodhan has millions of nuclear bombs, millions. And in arms, it doesn't need to store anywhere, it doesn't need a president's passcode. They can get from their mantra. And that much of power they have. 640 million people are in the fight. How many people? 640 million people. 640 or 64 something. 64 crore is how much? 640 million? Yes, I'm right then. So that much of people are there, both the side. 7:5. One section is 7 times, another if you count it, the people number is 5 times powerful. 12 akshoni. So 7 saptam akshoni and a 5th. So here, my point of saying in the war, when you go for such kind of war, You see, and 18.6, can somebody read any? You wanted to read? Yes. Give the microphone to her. What's your name? Kirtana. Wonderful. Please. Use the microphone because we have a lot of audience on the internet.
All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty. O son of Pritha, that is my final opinion.
So here is these things. Even though, how many people, even though they go for a, Krishna suggested, some advisors say, okay, go for a war, but without any attachment, without any expectations of result, we go for a war. Well, if you give one example, 2021, month of September, the revenue for Russia in oil is $48 billion something. 2022, same month, the revenue of Russian oil is $98 billion. It's more than double. So, it has increased, means people think that we give sanctions and all, but it has increased its revenue for oil. So now the question is, if you give two leaders, either parties, give them example and advice, hey, you need to perform without any attachment and expectations and you go for the war. How many people will be very favorable to such idea? Is that? No. So then they are not grounded in a transcendental positions where such knowledge or such information is any value. Isn't it? So that means if you perfectly find, then the leaders must be trained in some level of basic spiritual consciousness in order to come to a sense what they are doing for. Which war is this? Parshuram. You guys know Parshuram, but you didn't know other people. That's good. Looks like Parshuram Bhaktas are there. Parshuram is doing what? A war against Kshatriyas. So you wanted to kill all Kshatriyas. For why? Why wanted to kill them? Because none of them are following any religious duties. What a Kshatriya should be doing, they are not following that. So when somebody is against the dharma, then they will be, when they are against dharma, then God comes to punish them. And Parshuram is one of the incarnations, Kshatriya Rudhiramay. Means he is likely the blood of Kshatriya, that's why he drank it. And you can see by Parshu, he killed millions of Kshatriyas. And Prabhupada said, during this time of Parshuram's, the adventure of killing the Kshatriyas, many kings from India, they flew to Europe. Like some of them became Turkey, some of them became Germany, France, and many parts of the Europe. Those Kshatriya king, they flew, and after many generation after that, they left their religion. I mean, they did not follow the Sanatana Dharma. But originally, that's the culture and the root they came from. But when they settled in Europe, because out of fear, earlier days, because it was 5,000 years ago, probably the inhabitations in those world just now, it is not happening well. Because we don't know, after 200 years, who knows, California could be a desert. Isn't it? There is no guarantee, right? There could be something can happen because this whole climatic change is happening. So when 5,000 years, probably those part of India, Iran, Middle East, mostly the Asian countries are overly populated with people. And then these areas, little bit of lower range because of these climatic conditions. So, but because they flew out of fear of Parshuram and they settled down in such part of the world. So now confusion, where do we stand in a war? So this is not is a one-sided. Somebody is coming and chopping off like, so there is no way, is there any competent Kshatriyas? They fled. Because when someone is a bigger player in the game and he is threatening you, there is no other way. You need to know how to make a deal out of it. Yet Krishna offered to enter the war according to the desire of the antagonist. And here Parsuram entered the war because he wanted to completely, because Krishna could have done also such a massive manner, getting his Sudarshan Chakra, chopped up all these kings there. But he did not opt for that path. He opted for the path of the virtue laid by the religious duties of the king so that people can follow. Because there are different incarnations and different purpose. Just like Kalki comes, there is no Bhagavad-gita spoken. When Kalki avatar comes, Kalki is not going to speak Bhagavad-gita. He is going to use his sword and chop up these mlechas. That's it. So by this process of understanding, so now you go from lessons from Gita. What did you hear? So we have more kids. Do you want to read? We're giving some opportunity. What's your name? Back. Yes. Do you want to read it? No? Okay. Okay, then the father. You can do it. Yeah, it's on.
Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment.
So what does it mean? Can somebody explain? In context of war. So you can see then the leaders, those who are doing, they are doing right because they are helpless. What they are supposed to do, because if somebody's characteristics is like that, a particular leader, then they are helpless, then they are doing right. So no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. So how do you conclude that? How do you conclude that they are, how can you justify that they are doing bad? On the top you can see there is a fighting going on, right? Helplessly means they are doing it. So now if I ask questions, if the 10 leaders you take from your mind, imaginations, whomever you admire or whomever you don't admire, and see whether their actions, are you criticizing them? Probably yes. Because of their actions. Now if you say, oh, everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. So who are the people who should occupy the positions then? Because then that should be people who are competent enough, better persons, who should be occupying the positions to lead the nations, to lead the people, either a Kshatriya or a Brahmin, so that the remaining portions of the populations remains peaceful. Otherwise the anxieties and all come because of the non-ability of leading a person based on some directions what is needed to be done. Just like you see, in this world, as I mentioned to earlier, if I give an advice that, okay, you do a war without an attachment and without an expectation as a result, I told you earlier, every country calculates how much gain I did after fighting this war. Right? They do a calculation. So the whole point of the Bhagavad-gita advice if you give, it will be completely void. So none of them, because Arjuna's case is completely his transcendental. So now, you go to this perception. What is this map is? In World War II, I was talking to my son, actually, he gave me some good information, Abhay. So, let me give the statement and then talk about that. So the statement is, after the World War II, Stalin, they asked, in World War II, everything finished? Then the people of Russia, they asked Stalin, okay, now what to do? Which part we take? Then he said, the other part of the river, theirs, this part of the river, ours. That's it. When Narada Muni gave the advice, Lord Vishnu told Narada Muni, go to the earth, tell them, they bath 3 times, eat 1 time. Narada Muni reversed it. You eat 3 times and take bath 1 time. It's good for you. Narada Muni can change. He's a full interpreter. But that is pure devotee can interpret things. So because he knows that the people are the 3 times, just imagine if you do 3 times bath now, morning, afternoon, and 1 time eating, when we eat, can you say, oh my goodness, is it? So that's the thing. So when Stalin told, is river, you see, is it a pointer here you can put? Red mark? Oh, here. Okay. You see this river? This is the one. So this is called maybe Nipopret or something, Nipier or some, I don't know, maybe you know the proper Russian. Is there anyone from Russia? Nipier. So I think he meant that, right? But this guy went until the next river, which is, I believe, next to the Poland. So they got, because they don't know it's Lviv, Lviv or this river. So they went to this because river name is not there. So they better to get it. So in the meantime, so they captured the whole part of Ukraine and majority part of Poland, Moldova and couple of other areas, completely part of Russia. So the statement, when you are interpreting also, is just like a political party. One king, when he's giving a statement, you are likely 10,000 square miles land is gone in one simple statement of a misinterpretation. So when you interpret Bhagavad-gita or any Vedic scriptures, what could happen? A big disaster can happen. So this is likely the war, the perception. Because at the time, when you were saying, just like I told you, right? Daksha, what happened? He took the goat head in his body. And after World War II, what happened to Hitler? He committed suicide. Isn't it? He committed suicide because he's completely frustrated. He doesn't know what the outcome is. So in any case of the situations, so we can apply this principle. People are acting helplessly. And sometimes why the war happens, there are many times Prabhupada says, when people become too sinful, absurd, either they create too much of slaughterhouses or all kind of illicit, abominable activities, they are too grossly attached, killing poor animals, etc., etc. When you do a lot, the resultant actions is arranged by the Divine Lord for a war so that the sinful reactions is manifested in such incident. So, but nevertheless, we are not happy the outcome of the war, neither we are happy of the paradukha dukhiya. Vaishnava is always considering the good and welfare of other people. So we are not taking an advantage of the situation, rather than we are very sorry that something is going to happen now, which is possibly, who knows, World War III could happen by 2029. But definitely in your lifetime you would see it. Now, the war time. So war time, how many lies people are telling? You see how many lies? Is the leaders are telling truth? Is the media is telling truth? Is there anyone telling truth? We don't know. Everybody telling their own version. What makes sense for everyone. Because in Yudhishthir time in Mahabharata, whole 18 days or that year, telling a one lie, Yudhishthir has to struggle too hard to tell one lie. And here, people are telling thousands of lies in a day without any shame. And other people are smiling and clapping also. That is a foolishness, isn't it? Yudhishthir Maharaj told a lie. You know about the lie? What is the lie he said? Huh? Use the, I don't think, can you hear microphone? On it.
At the time of war, The Dronacharya was there on the Kaurava side. Now they want to get rid of Dronacharya. During that time, Bhima killed one big elephant named Ashwatthama. So, Lord Sri Krishna told Yudhishthira, this is the right opportunity, now you must tell this. But with a lot of hesitation, Yudhishthira said, Ashwatthama has been killed, but it is an elephant. But the elephant was in a very low voice.
Yes. Narava kunjara aswathama hata. He didn't say. Means the kunjara means elephant. Narava kunjara means either an elephant or a human being. In name of Aswathama is killed. In technical he didn't say lie. But Krishna blew the conch. So Krishna blew the conch. So that sound was modularized with the conch. Kunjara was not heard. So in Yudhishthira is also. Krishna was saying, are you crazy? You are not telling a lie also? Because Yudhishthira is so adamant. God himself is saying to tell lie. And he is saying no. And he didn't want to follow. And that's why his chariot went down. 5 feet down. Because his chariot was always, the moral obligation is following God in a wrong way with the wrong advice of God. No. Krishna knows what needs to be done. Krishna wants you to follow him exactly what he wants. Because he knows the output, the outcome. But Yudhishthira Maharaj is so much of his discipline, it's very hard to break even his ideological framework of mind. It's not easy. It's not easy for Yudhishthira Maharaj to tell a lie. No matter what. Because same Yudhishthira Maharaj gave all the kingdom in what? Gambling, right? He was so much of honest. And same Yudhishthira Maharaj is also reluctant to tell lie. So now, here if you see, in 1878, purport Prabhupada says, he was also a strict moralist. He never spoke a lie during his life. Yudhishthira Maharaj, nobody in the world will say he spoke a lie in an adverse situation, in an opportunity situation, in a bad situation, in a good situation, or whatever it is. A person who has harmed you right from the beginning to the end, how many of you will keep him in your home? Give me a break. Will you? Person who has really throw you acid, throw you snakes on your body, and he did all kind of stuff, unimaginable, filthy. At the same time, you are giving more respect and everything possible. So it is humanly not possible for anyone like us to exhibit such qualities. That's why Yudhishthira is Yudhishthira. He is such an exalted personality because of being as a devotee of the Lord. Okay. Is it a war? Yes. So what is Kunti doing here? Sun god appearing. Why has sun god appeared to Kunti? She chanted the mantra of Durvasa. Use the microphone. Always we use the microphone. Tell it.
I think Kunti Devi before marriage serves Durvasa, and Durvasa Muni gives her a mantra that you can ask any demigod to give you a child if you chant the mantra. And Durvasa leaves, and before marriage Kunti asks, she thinks that, okay, let me check if the mantra works, and she looks at the sun and she chants the mantra, and sun god appears, and I think that's the way Karna's birth.
Exactly. So what is the war going on in her mind? There is a war going on, right? What is the war is there? Oh, she is not married. She is pregnant. And she is a princess. She is not an ordinary person. She is a princess in a big king. And it is not likely she is pregnant out of some love affairs. It's just she's testing, and it is by a big demigod like sun god. He's just exactly like a replica of Narayana. So she is very worried. And the war is going on her head that what to do, what not to do. Shall I tell my parents? Nah. Shall I tell someone? Nah. That's the war. So what she choose? What is the outcome of the war? The outcome, is there a fight between anyone? No. Krishna is arranging the fighters. Karna and all, Krishna is arranging the Mahabharata fight for bringing the Karna, the great fighter, on the other side. So this is the beginning of this story. So what is the outcome? What path she chose? Silence is golden. And what Yudhishthir gave curse to his mother. When they are giving the funeral of Yudhishthir is coming and Arjun is there, their funeral of funeral of Karna, and Kunti is crying. Then they all asked Pandavas, why are you crying for this enemy? Sudputra. Arjun always says, right? He's a son of a lower class. Then Kunti revealed. Silence is golden until that point, until the funeral. Kunti revealed that actually that is your elder brother. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj cursed. Henceforward, no woman could keep secrets in their heart. So don't tell any secret now. If you tell the secret, I am not saying. It's the curse of Yudhishthir Maharaj. No matter how hard you try, you tell, oh, my wife, I did this. After 1 hour, you will find out 10 people know about it. Is it true? Yes, Vrindasvika is nodding her head. She is acknowledging. Thank you for admitting and accepting the curse of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Because Yudhishthir Maharaj, a pure devotee, when he did something, it is infallible. So he gave curse to his mother. That is the outcome of the war. How in a war Duryodhana approached? Can somebody read the Sanskrit? Who is good in reading Sanskrit? Deepika, you want to read the Sanskrit? Give the microphone. We all can repeat after you. Read sentence by sentence. One sentence.
Pashyatam Pandu Putranam.
Pashyatam Pandu Putranam.
Acharya Mahatim Chanum.
Acharya Mahatim Chamum.
Vyodham Drupada Putrena.
Vyudham Drupada Putrena.
Tvasishyana Dhimata.
Tavasisyena Dhimataha. Can someone else read the translation? Okay. He's a very enthusiastic boy. Let him read. Go ahead.
O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada.
So, any observation? Any word you see? Is it a good way of saying or taunting? He is taunting, right? Look at this. You taught him. Not me, you taught him. O my teacher, behold the great army of the son of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. So Duryodhana is speaking to whom? Dronacharya. In the war, it happens, right? Allies, the betrayal, just like in World War II, it comes the betrayal of Germany against Russia. Then they departed out. Then there is a big fight and suppliers, the weaponer suppliers, America come into picture. And the whole thing started. Then people may be saying, look at America, your disciples is causing problem. So similarly, here, Duryodhana is also taunting his spiritual teacher, Dronacharya, that because you taught this guy, you know that he's going to kill you, and you taught him. How foolish you are, rather than instead of saying foolish, he's saying you're intelligent disciple. That means that is a way of saying taunting words. So, in a war, in a love and a war, everything is possible. Lie and anything means that can be anytime, anything can happen because you don't know the outcome. Once you are already in the war, something could happen, right? Let's read from the Bhagavad-gita chapter 1. From the back benchers, who has not read it, give the microphone those who are sitting on the chair. Someone brave enough? You wanted to read? Back, okay.
Arjuna offered obeisance to the elders, especially Bhishma, in the battlefield, even though Bhishma was in the opposing party. Moral: respect elders at all conditions.
Can you read the cartoon also?
I was raised to respect my elders, but nowadays I can't find any.
So, at least you get some morals from the war. That don't know how to shoot arrows, at least find out how to. From the war of Mahabharata, you can find out many morals also. What did you see here? Arjuna offered obeisances to the elders, especially Bhishma, in the battlefield, even though Bhishma in the opposing party. It's not that Vladimir Putin coming and Joe Biden shaking hand, touching his feet, sir, before going to war. Or Joe Biden is going to saying, Modi, you are such a spiritual leader, I give you my homage to you. Then the war starts. Maybe by the time they melt their heart, isn't it? By the time when such interactions, transactions happen, that they may be melted. But nevertheless, you see, Arjuna offered obeisances because this is an etiquette, even though in the opposing party, because the Vedic etiquette, just imagine how advanced their consciousness is, how advanced their situation of war is. Even though both the sides, nowadays, in the night, middle of the night, people throw bomb. Kali Yuga war means sleeping and you throw the bomb. Okay, we killed 35 people, 2,000 people. You are going on a walk, somebody come and stab you, 10 people died on the name of religion. Then on something you do, it goes on like this. So is it not happening? Are you not seeing regularly such kind of incident? So when you're comparing yourself from the ages in Dwapara Yuga war and nowadays war, you'll find a significant deficiency. You will find that there is no morality at all. By hook or crook, you win the right, isn't it? Somehow or other. So that's why this is the one. So war is a military strength. This is a symbol of alliance, NATO. So both are going, whether he'll support Ukraine to join NATO or not, to going to Krishna. Both are going to get some. One is going to get the blessings. How do you find who is Duryodhana and who is Arjun? Use the microphone. Who said that? Yes, use the microphone. Kirtana, yeah, tell it. How is his body language? How Duryodhana looks like? Use the microphone, don't be shy.
That proud feeling, who doesn't care much that Lord Krishna is present in front of him.
Like this, right? Hey, is it a good feeling?
No.
Am I giving good class now? You understand the body language, right? You feel when I say, like I'm giving like Duryodhana is giving class today. So that's the thing. So our body language also tell when you are a little bit humble, because you can't believe when you are taking teachings. When I got training from communication, how to develop and deliver better communications, right? So we used to, in corporate world, I am a senior director in one of the largest company in the world. So they give some training to do. So after training, I was giving a kind of a presentation or something to few of my customers, those who know or someone. So after that presentations, the guy told me, hey, do you have some problem in your hand? What happened? Because I was doing all kind of things. So what happened after the training, the guy told me not to raise hands, and also I was like, shh. putting myself in a such a secluded way as if what is happening is I am not myself. Because of the training material is in my head, I'm using that, I'm losing consciousness, and I'm like, okay, not moving my hand, not moving my head, little bit on my part. So he was thinking, do you have some disease or something? Well, that is the outcome of the training. I say, be natural, man. Be natural. Whatever you have, you like, right? If I do like this, maybe you don't like. I am open to you because you're opening your heart. All of you, isn't it? Anyone not opening his heart in the room? Because we are open conversation. Here, Krishna consciousness means open dialogue between the speaker and the audience, so that you gain something out of the things. So that's why teachings are good, but we need to know what to imbibe. So earlier days, I used to imbibe as it is, but now we have to imbibe customized, as I need. So otherwise, you lose the naturality, and then you become what you are not. You become what you are. So in the military strength, they exhibited what they are. Duryodhana is what he is. Duryodhana is, please give some prasadam, Prabhuji. Give them prasadam, please. So what they are. And Arjuna is what he is, isn't it? No matter whatever situation, even though Krishna didn't give him, doesn't treat well. So both of them, Arjuna will be always respectful and Duryodhana will be always commanding. But Krishna gave both of them. So what is the outcome? Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashrana sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. That means just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. That's why, because Arjuna is inquiring in that one. And so if you ask also God for something, benedictions, God is going to give you, but not his heart. Just like he gave to Arjuna his blessings. Arjuna is asking to get his blessings. Kali Yuga, no war is authorized. Just like you see, Tathapi Bhakta Sabhava Marjada Rakshana Marjada Palana Hoy Sadhura Bhushana Apane Achare Kehe Na Kare Prachara Prachara Kare Na Kahe Na Kare Na Achara. So that's why we have to, our war is also, Prabhupada says, our war is against Maya. So we are also fighting war, not with the bullets, but with the words, with the mind, with our consciousness, with senses. And what is that one? It is given this, how to fight. My dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, and all the events of the demigods and great saints are purified by touching you, it is the characteristics of a devotee to observe and to protect the Vaishnava etiquette. Maintenance of the Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of a devotee. That's what it is called. Tathapi bhakta sabhava marjada rakshana. Marjada palana hoy sadhura bhushana. So this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Antarila 4.128. So it gives the very clarity that no matter what, you are in a situation in a war or in a complex things, but there is no point of being disrespectful. Current age leaders at war situation, what they do? Do they hide things? Yes? Or they are open? What do you say? They are open or they hide things? They hide things. Just like, OPEC. How many of you know OPEC? You don't know? OPEC, you don't know? Yes, the oil, petroleum exporting countries. You should know about it. Because you will pay gas price $10, man. You should learn about things. If you don't know, then you run as foolish. See, the OPEC plus, which is they included Russia. And in the war of the oil, then the OPEC plus, they defined the pricing. Suppose there is 1,000 barrels of gasoline needed in the world. It goes to the OPEC. The 8 countries, let's say the 4 countries, Iraq, Kuwait, UAE, 4 countries, they get how many? 250 barrels to the 1,000 Gabriel supplies. One country said that I can do, other country don't. So 252 said 200. Or another country said, okay, I reduced to 250 to 100 barrels, but the barrel price is $20 or $100 or $35. I increase the price to $75. I reduce the supply, I increase the price. Nobody has any control. And it is their wish how to do it. And America is trying hard to make sure, guys, please increase the supply, but the output is not coming. So what happens? We are high, we don't know. So who is controlling this? If it is they are not supplying more, tomorrow you go and one fine day, Achyut Kumar Prabhu got up and go to the gas station, he found, oh, Prabhu, $10. Yes. Isn't it? So the OPEC controls your gas price. So which hiding? It doesn't matter about what OPEC does. Is it our things? Is it a war? As a Vaishnava, you fight, right? Or no? What is that? Can you read, Prabhuji? Give to Achyut Kumar Prabhu.
Vaishnavas at war. Always remember that everyone, including Sri Krishna, is watching you. Number 6. Sankirtana is the most effective method to awaken Krishna consciousness. A devotee should be very concerned to distribute Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. This should be the essence of all our dealings. Never lose your temper in public. Humility and tolerance will always win over anger and frustration.
So what is going on here? Are they in good mood? Are they in good mood? Yes, they are sharing rasgullas. Are they? Where is our Kirtana? What is there? Give their body language. Give the microphone. She is good reader. What do you see?
Arguing.
They are arguing. And what else? Tell another point. Shouting. Kind of, right? Hey, you. Shouting for what? Parking lot. Very simple thing. Who parked? Just like I announced. Who parked the car? Who parked the car, right? This shouting doesn't happen for a big thing. Shouting happens for small things only. Isn't it? So, you have brother? Yes? You have only one? Sister. You fight? No. She's honest or hiding? Public place. No disclosure, okay. So that's the why. The Vaishnava is at a war, and then we see social media war. How many of you know about social media war? Have you been pulled out, teared apart by your post by someone? Isn't? You are smiling, Ashish Prabhu. You got it? Yes? By someone? So you observed someone post, but you are smiling. It will not come to me.
Yeah, it did not come to me.
But it may come to you.
I'm trying myself to keep away from the social media. So.
You're trying, you're hiding. So you're not brave enough to confront with someone. How many of you brave enough to confront someone who challenged you? Is there any? Looks like you guys are not smart enough. You didn't confront with anyone, or you're fully following the Vaishnava etiquette. Okay, use the microphone. What did you confront about?
So I posted something from the Shastra, like a question and answer, and then people started, giving their interpretations. So I kind of confronted with the additional evidence on what is right and how we have to take the point. Should we interpret ourselves through our mind, or should we take some reference point? So that's a confrontation.
Wow. At least you understand the point of confrontation. So sometimes people, fight about something, and somebody say, oh, it is all destiny, or it is karma, and it happens. So I am giving you an example of destiny and karma. So one time, Vyasadeva, after this, I think I will stop it because we need to announce something from ISKCON Berkeley Temple. I'll give 5 minutes to them. So one time, Janmejaya, Janmejaya is the grandson of Parikshit Maharaj. So, when Janmejaya was the king, Vyasadeva visited. And he asked the question, who actually dictates? Is it the destiny or my karma or whatever? Then Vyasadeva said, you decide who dictates. And he said that I am giving you this example, that whether you are overcome by destiny or you are overcome by your own power of decision. Like, okay, tell me. So Vyasadeva said, after 1 month, a guy will come to your country and he will sell the horse sacrifice horse, and don't buy that. Then he said, if you buy, okay, in case you buy it, but don't ride on that. Then after he said, that is your destiny. You can break any time. I challenge you, break the destiny. This is going to happen to you. He knows about it. And Janmejaya said, after that, even though if you decline that, you don't ride on this horse. Even though if you ride on the horse, you don't drive towards north to that horse. And even though if you ride on that horse, don't marry to a girl when you see that she's proposing you. And even if you marry, don't offend the Vaishnavas when they will be in some meetings. And if you offend it, then after that you do an atonement by a great sage. And don't criticize them. And if you criticize them, then there will be the end. That is your destiny. He said to him, if I say to you, we go to El Camino, to Mountain View, and I told this one, you will meet in the next in San Jose, then will you go? You will break your destiny, right? But no, Vyasadeva said he's convinced. That is. Then after Vyasadeva left, then 1 month later, a guy came in that city, and he said that he's going to sell a horse. So no buy. Then somebody came, the bodyguard to King Janmejaya. Nobody is buying, and he's thinking that this city is what? Nobody is buying horse. It's a yagya horse. Yagya horse generally is not bought. Then Janmejaya remembered Vyasadeva's statement. Bought it. Let's keep it. Let's not ride it. Keep it. So he bought it. Then after 2 months, the horse was running here and there. Then the guard said, what to do? No, don't do anything. After 1 month, the horse is there. He is there. He doesn't know. He jumped into the horse, Janmejaya. And after jumping the horse, he remembered not to go north, but he went into north. Then he went into north and he met with a beautiful girl. She proposed and said that do not take the proposal. But oh, what's wrong with that? Such a nice girl. Then he married to the girl. But after marrying, then again he was performing something and he offended the Brahmins there because of they are trying to criticize something. So when he offended, so he had some disease happened on his body. So when the disease happened, so he had to find out a Brahmin, which is called the person, Bisampayana, who spoke the Mahabharata. So he found out that Brahmin to do a yagya and reading something. Then he said to him, to Janmejaya, look, your grandfather, Bhima, he did, you know what happened he did? In the war, he pulled an elephant and he took like that one and he threw the elephant 180 miles from the top of the sky, and that elephant is still roaming around this planet. Like फेंक मत. You know anyone Hindi understands? फेंकू है क्या? फेंकने का भी समय होता है. मतलब इतना भी मत फेंक. The horse, the elephant, he will hold it up and that throw in 180 miles and he will not fall the gravitation force and he'll rotating around. Then he joked at this guy is crazy person. Why did I come to do atonement with this guy? by remembering one word like that, because Bhima could do anything impossible. And the sages do not speak wrong. So don't take the word of the Shastras as ordinary. They are infallible, and it doesn't necessarily need to apply common sense also. And the same elephants is moving around. It is possible, it can happen. And he laughed at them, laughed at the rishis. And that's the end. That is his way of death. So my point is, who wins in the war? Is the destiny, your karma, or you are supposed to? Destiny, if written by Vyasadev, then nobody can counteract. So that's the thing we have to judge and move forward. Any last comments from anyone? I have more, but I don't think we are almost there. So I know someone long time ago told me that we are talking too much of Bhagavatam. We never give a good examples of Bhagavad-gita. So I thought of today bringing only Bhagavad-gita, slokas and all. So bringing to your, discussion. So any last comment then? Anyone? Yes. Please be seated. Don't be shy. Yes, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the wonderful lecture. I like the way you started with Daksha in highlighting how the offense resulted in the war, and then Duryodhana, how he was inflating his self-ego and how he was not respectful. So you quoted all these negative behaviors or emotions that resulted in the war, which was very clearly visible, and you also drew the parallels in the current existing world. And the point which I liked is how you said our fight is with Maya, and the solution is the etiquette, because etiquette protects us from being everything but those. So that point I really liked it, because you pinpointed what our war is with, and you also gave the solution.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the good realization. Any brave soul? So I think we have our ISKCON Berkeley Temple President, His Grace Jagannath Swami Prabhu. Please give a big round of applause. Yes, so can someone give a microphone? So we have 5 minutes, so he will give.
I'd like to see who I'm talking to, so I'll come up here.
No, the camera is on you.
Oh, can I see them?
Can you put on the here, Prabhu?
I only see their backs. I want to see their faces.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I want to see their faces, not their backs.
Please. Yeah, we have more. Huh? Yeah, yes. Okay. Have a seat.
Hare Krishna. How many of you came to the San Francisco Rath Yatra August the 14th in Golden Gate Park? Raise their hand. Okay, well, guess what? We're going to have another one in Berkeley. Across from City Hall, and we have many flyers that I send Balimardan Prabhu. And this is going to be November the 6th, across from City Hall. Very easy to find. Parade starts at 11 o'clock. This is in Berkeley. It's about 10 blocks away from our temple. Of course, they're having a Chelsea Shalagram wedding that same day, but that's later on at the Sunday feast. So you can come at the festival, please, at 11 o'clock. The parade starts. Enjoy the festival. There's chariots there. It's not as big as San Francisco, of course. San Francisco cost about $80,000 to put on. And this one, maybe it's about $10,000. But no matter how much Rath Yatra costs, we got to continue Srila Prabhupada's legacy. It doesn't matter. Last year, I gave a check to Golden Gate Park for $19,000. This year, I had to give him a check for $23,000. Festival of India, they charged $9,000 last year. This year, it was $12,000. It doesn't matter how much money the Rath Yatra costs to put on. Why? I give an example. Look what they spend on the Macy's Day Parade on Fifth Avenue in New York City. They get a giant balloon of a turkey, and then they kill the turkey and they eat the turkey, right? They spend $1 million to have a Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, right? with a giant turkey balloon, and what do? They kill turkeys and they eat them. That's how they. So, if they can spend $1 million or more for a Macy's Thanksgiving parade, and they can spend $1 million for a Mickey Mouse parade, why can't we spend as much as we have to for a Jagannath's parade? Am I right? Is it? Is it true? Is it true? So, I got into organizing this festival many years ago. I first met Jayananda in 1973 at San Francisco Temple, and then we moved to Berkeley in 1975, January the 12th. I remember because I was there. We had a better building, we came to Berkeley. And then in 74, I had the blessing to walk on Srila Prabhupada's side, on his left side, and Jayananda was on Prabhupada's right side. And Jayananda told me in 74, we're going to greet Srila Prabhupada. And at the time, my wife and I, our car broke down. So we hitched a ride from Berkeley. We got one ride to the airport, just like that. No sign, no nothing. It just was meant to be. And when I first seen Srila Prabhupada, and I walked by his side in San Francisco airport, there was an endless loop tape in my head, and it kept saying, he's for real, he's for real. I seen the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life, dressed in saffron. And Srila Prabhupada was glowing like a halo around him. And I felt like I was in a spiritual bubble walking next to Srila Prabhupada. And the next morning, I remember Vishnu John Swami was pushing me towards Prabhupada, and I had these mangoes, and I was handing them to Srila Prabhupada. I can remember I touched Prabhupada's hand. I remember it was very soft. But the thing about the Rath Yatra, as Srila Prabhupada said, if the Rath Yatra can be performed consistently around the world, this will be the success of his movement, and his dream will be fulfilled. There's a famous radio station, Indian radio station, AM 1550 on the dial, and there's a famous radio disc jockey. His name is Sonny. So he interviewed me because we advertised our Rath Yatra every hour on the hour for 7 weeks. And like I was saying to the disc jockey, that every city, they report, when we have Rath Yatra in their city, there's less crime. How come? Because when everybody's chanting Hare Krishna, everybody's peaceful, you see? So, and you think about this, This is a little funny story I'm going to tell you. It won't take too long. But we really want everybody to come. Balimardan Prabhu's coming, right, Bali? He's coming. He's coming. And this is a little story that happened to me in Mayapur, and it's about Srila Prabhupada. One year when I was in Mayapur, I was coming back to the Calcutta airport after the meetings to fly home. My taxi cab broke down 10 miles outside of Mayapur. And I said, what am I going to do? How am I going to get to the airport? How? So I stuck my thumb out. 3 policemen stopped for me, 3 of them. And the policeman said to me, I'm a high-ranking officer. Get in. Okay? They took me over 100 miles to the Calcutta airport. Now, I'm going to make a point about this. It's a funny story. So I'm in the car with 3 policemen, and 2 policemen are in the front. I'm in the back with the high-ranking officer. Then he said to me, what kind of car do you have, a Lincoln? I said, no. He said, when they flew Hillary Clinton to Mother Teresa's funeral, they flew in 2 Lincolns. I said, I don't have a Lincoln. Okay. Then he said to me, Charles Heston, 10 Commandments, good movie. I said, okay. Now, I'm going to make a point, and this story is about Prabhupada. So now the people in the village are not very educated, so they won't move out of the way. So now the policeman driving, he's smacking people, and I'm going, oh my God. Now they got the siren on. They took me over 100 miles to the airport. Now, you know, in India, they got a good system. Before you get into the airport, you have to show your passport. But when these soldiers with the gun seen 3 policemen drop me off, and I showed them my passport, it's like, who is this guy? Who's this guy? But here's the moral of the story. Here's the moral of the story, and it's about Prabhupada. The high-ranking officer told me, you know, I'm a Muslim, but I like the Hare Krishnas because they feed people. So I got picked up by 3 policemen and they drove me over 100 miles to the Calcutta airport. Why? Not because of me, because of Srila Prabhupada. Because so far, International Society for Krishna Consciousness has given out, and like I said on the radio, if you want to listen to this radio interview I did, you put on Rathayatra 2022, San Francisco Jagannath Swami Dasa, and you'll hear my interview. So what I said on the radio is, so far, since 2016, and the numbers have gone up, we have given out 3.5 billion plates of free prasadam. Not million, billion. Why? Why? Because Srila Prabhupada said, outside of Mayapur, there's a big sign that said, nobody should go hungry 10 square miles of our temple. Isn't it? You see? So this is the thing. If it wasn't for Srila Prabhupada, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. So we have to really be grateful, and because Prabhupada didn't just give us the 4 regulated principles. What he gave us is a new way of life. And we have to be eternally grateful. And how do we show our gratitude? By maintaining the temples, maintaining the festivals. That's how we have to show our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. Right? And so what Srila Prabhupada did is amazing. When he came to New York in 1965, he only had about $5, $6 in his pocket. Now, you can hear my accent. I was born in New York, and I've been here since '73, and I sound like I just got off the airplane last night, okay? I never lost my accent. But Srila Prabhupada came in the middle of the winter in New York City with 2 dhotis. He never seen snow. But because Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee, Krishna blessed him, and in a few short years, we had hundreds of temples. How could it be if I put anybody here in New York City with $6 in the middle of the winter, you think you're going to make it? I don't think so. You see? So we want to encourage everyone to come to this Rathayatra in Berkeley. And we got many flyers here. We're going to give them out. And we want you to come. It's on a Sunday, November the 6th. And we want everybody to come to Berkeley like they came to San Francisco Rathayatra. How many of you will please come November the 6th? Raise your hand. Everybody should raise their hand. Everybody should come. Come on. We'll have a free feast. We'll have stage. A lot of the entertainment will be from ISV, from San Francisco. As you may know, I'm also a musician. I also perform at the Rathayatra. So please come. And I guess it's time for Prasadam. But please come. And we have flyers for everyone. And the parade starts again at 11 o'clock in the morning, November the 6th. On a Sunday, it's right across from City Hall. There's a lot of traffic there. It's a nice little park. It's not like San Francisco Golden Gate Park. So please come and you know, show your support. Come to Berkeley Rathayatra. And thank you very much for everything. and thanks for having me. And I don't get a chance to come here too often because I'm pretty, how do you call, busy, being the president of Berkeley, organizer of San Francisco Rock the Altar. For about 45 years now, I've been organizing San Francisco Rock the Altar. So, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Jagannath Swami Prabhu. And thank you, everyone. Sorry, one little bit delay in the things, but I would suggest that the Damodara Astakam would start here. So please make a line from the back, and this is the line, and you will offer the ghee lamp to the Lord. So please be in the line. If you wanted to be seated for Damodara Astakam, please be seated. Don't take the cushion away. And we will, by seating, we'll do the singing. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. One last announcement that we'll have the colors sponsored, those who have done. So we are going to give the return gifts and the jacket. So please collect near the food stall if you are a color sponsor for Janmashtami. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So those who want to offer the lamps, stay in the line, but other devotees, please have a seat. And then they will start the Damodara Astakam soon.
And then I'll keep this for others. Hare Krishna. Namamishwaram Sachid Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Jayut Yeshu Bhakti-Jidata Pastimes Sata Pritivandiya Radhe
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasingaya. Oh, Namaste Narasingaya. Vasudev Bhagavan ki, Dr. Sharmani Prahlad Maharaj ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Hidayat Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Can you please turn on the light? Someone, can you please turn on the light in the back? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. We welcome you all to the first Sunday evening of the Damodar month. Thank you all for coming. We also like to thank all the online viewers. Let's give a big round of applause to everyone who has joined us tonight. Hare Krishna. Today's discourse was on Bhagavad-gita, and this was brought to us by His Grace Balimardan Prabhu. So let's express our gratitude and thank him for a wonderful class. We'll also like to thank Avantika for leading the Damodara Ashtakam and the Narsingha Arti. We'll also like to thank our broadcasting team brought to us by His Grace Charunimai Prabhu. Let's give him a big round of applause. So anyone coming here was the first time? Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us today. This is the very auspicious month of Damodar. So anything that you do, any small activity in devotional service will bring you immense benefits. So thank you for joining us, and we are so fortunate to have you here. So let's give them a big round of applause and chant. Yeah, please. So we have one sponsor for tonight. His Grace Rohini Dulal Prabhu and Labanga Mataji, and is sponsoring on the behalf of Naina Manjari's birthday. So Naina, if you can please come here. Thank you, Naina. And how old are you now?
I'm turning 8 years old.
You're turning 8 years old. Very nice. I like your outfit. Where did you get the outfit from?
My grandmother sent it from India.
Nice. And do you like to come to temple?
Yes, I like.
And what do you like the most?
I like Sunday school and the Kirtans.
Sunday school and the Kirtans. Very good. And here is a prasad for you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We wish you all the best. Wish you a healthy life, and we pray that the Lord Mahaprabhu gives you an immense strength to perform your devotional service. Hare Krishna. Hansapriya Mataji has some announcement to make. Or you can sit there. I'll bring the mic. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to serve the devotees. I'll take all the troubles to get up. So thank you very much. I know we have been having a wonderful festival all day, yesterday morning and yesterday evening, and today you're here. So it takes a lot for you to come here, and we really appreciate each and every time you come to ISV. Now, what's exciting coming up at ISV? We have a lot coming up, especially month of Damodar is very, very special, and we have coming up is Govardhan Puja. And I know among the youth, they love the Govardhan Puja the most. Do you know why? For two reasons. Because it's very exciting and it's a very creative way the devotees, they put the Giriraj together. And secondly, you don't have to fast. It's all about feasting on that day. So we will have definitely on Govardhan Puja, which is on the Tuesday, the 25th, We will send all this announcements, so don't get confused. And then we have is the Prabhupada's Disappearance Day. That's on the Friday. And that's going to be programmed here in the temple. Govardhan Puja Tuesday will be in the temple. And then Wednesday program, so Tuesday is Govardhan Puja. Wednesday we will have online program with Amirendra Prabhu. So we'll be blessed to have him at ISV as well. So that will be on the Wednesday, and then Friday, Prabhupada Disappearance Day. We are so fortunate. We do have Srila Prabhupada disciples in Bay Area. Mother Kanka, Jagarini, and Akurnath Prabhu would be here on that day. So we'll be hearing from them. And then Saturday morning, we'll have again a treat with Amirendra Prabhu. So that would be on this next week, Saturday. So lots happening. Stay tuned. We will have the emails come out. And rest of, if we have every Sunday, we have wonderful Damodarashtakam. We have also made sure that this time we engage our youth. So hope you are enjoying that. And if you have kids that they would like to participate or want to know how to get involved in the singing and Kirtan and any curriculum, we have a Sunday school. So we'll be happy to give you that information as well. And we are also doing every Sunday evening Gita, so do stay back for that. So after Prasadam, feel free to stay back and enjoy the little more Kirtan and Katha in the month of Damodara. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And Avantika will announce the cooks for tonight.
Hare Krishna. Today's prasadam was cooked by Ananda Vrindavan Mataji, Shama Karuna Mataji, Shama Bhakta Prabhu, Gopi Priya Mataji, Divyanand Prabhu, Shalini Mataji, Sriram Prabhu, Anuradha Mataji, Hitesh Prabhu, Ananga Sundari Mataji, Tarani Mataji, Tapomai Prabhu, and Vipin Prabhu.
I think that's it for the announcement for tonight. Please again stay back for the Gopi Geet, which is going to start at 7 p.m. So have your prasadam, come back at 7 p.m. So, Prasad Seva prayers. Yeah, Niharika, thank you.
Sharira Vidyajan Jodendriya Tahekar Jive Phile Vishaya Sagore Karmaje Jivayati Yogomay Sudurmati Agijita Kathina Samsare Krishna Varagoyamon Gori Vare Jivajai
Just a last, you're going to sing Tavakata Amritam? No? Yeah. Okay, just a brief announcement that we came to know that Aditya Prabhu's mom, she recently left her body unexpectedly. So we request all the devotees to pray for her protection and safe passage. And also we'll request devotees to pray for our dear Krishna Sakha Prabhu, who, as you know, that he travels for the book distribution throughout the United States now.
So he today had to undergo a surgery while he was on distributing marathon. So let's pray for his quick recovery. His surgery is successful, and he's on his way back. But we request prayers for his quick recovery. Hare Krishna.